Hey there, it's Rick Khan from rickkarn.com, and in this video I'm going to reveal the best new way to optimize Facebook ads in 2022. Now specifically, I'm going to go through the only metrics that you must focus on and then going to show you my results and what you should look for with sales and leads. Then you're going to discover how to track your data in a very unreliable Facebook dashboard. And at the end, I'm then going to give you my recommendations on what you should do to get the most accurate data possible. But with that said, when you launch your campaigns, you should really only have one success metric that indicates if your ad campaign is good or bad. Usually, this success metric is usually your CPA, your return on ad spend, your cost per lead, or your cost per webinar sign up. And you always want to know this number first to let you know if a campaign works or not. For me, it's always down to the customer. And it's this one metric that you're going to discover what's wrong with your campaign. And with that said, I want you to forget about any other metric. You don't need to worry about your link clicks or your impressions or anything else. Ultimately, the end focus is the key, which usually is the sale. But let's take a quick look at some variables that I want you to think about when optimizing your ads, which could be your Facebook ad not getting any clicks to your landing page. Or let's say you could be getting clicks, but not getting any conversions on your landing page. And for a quick summary of a detailed version, I would generally always work backwards. Start with the end goal, which could be acquiring a client or selling a product or service. Then what comes before this, which is the email follow-up sequence, then it'll be the OTO page and the opt-in page, and then the Facebook ad itself. Then I ask myself, where in the funnel did something go wrong? But for this example, I just want to stick with the Facebook ads platform for optimization. So let's say the post-click experience is converting, and now we want to look at Facebook ad results and see where you can identify the underperformers to turn them off or even change up the creatives. Now, the results you see here had far more sales, and ad set 3 didn't do as well as it shows on the screen, because thanks to Facebook's amazing data tracking, it says otherwise, which I'll go more into it through a bonus at the end about the Facebook meta tracking. But on ad set 1, as you can see, the volume of sales is far greater than ad set 3 and is a bit higher showing on the Google Analytics. And ad set 3 had fewer sales, and the actual number was 5 sales, and the cost was going up each time. So this was going above my CPA, and therefore I switched it off. But a key thing here is this: if you have the cost going up very slowly, like ad set 1, and it's staying consistent, this is the key indicator your ad is doing very well, and just monitor it to change the creative once it starts rising and the cost going higher and higher. Now, from these 12 ad sets, you can see 5 ad sets highlighted because these are the ones that can remain switched on. And the cost per result on these, they were good. And since I was getting such good results at 26 pence a lead on the best performer, I could afford to switch leads off that were above 50 pence, even though after 50 pence a lead was still good results. Now, if you look at the last 3 ad sets, you can see how expensive those leads cost. I would have actually switched those off much earlier, but I left them running for longer as I wasn't that bothered about the ad spend. But I would always suggest monitor it more and switch it off earlier because it's clearly showing I'm losing money. And to mention, a few of these ad sets did start to fatigue and the price increased, but as soon as I switched up the creative, the price again started to decline and was getting good results again, because the creative on this is key. Make sure to keep an eye on creative fatigue, as this will significantly increase your price or decrease depending on how many times it's being shown to people. Now, also to mention what I do with winners for scaling. I usually just increase the budget between 10 or 20% every 3 or 4 days. And then from there, I continue to monitor the results. If I increase the budget and notice the results start decreasing, I then decrease the budget and scale it back. Or another way I do it is I duplicate the campaign level, delete the ad sets that didn't work, change the targeting, and then enter a higher budget. So pretty much doing horizontal and vertical scaling. But overall, this is pretty much all you do. It's nothing fancy, but it can change everything in your advertising. and I want you to know this. Optimization is the success to your advertising on Facebook. But like I mentioned earlier, there are lots of other things I do outside of Facebook when optimizing, because of all the different elements, such as the after the click experience from Facebook. You should focus on all of those elements as well. And a quick bonus before you go, because since Post iOS has created a lot of inaccurate data, set up Google Tag Manager and use the analytics from Google to determine your results. You want to also let it pick up your purchases and your lead events, because I do not trust Facebook's metrics. And this is probably the best way to get the most accurate data to give you the necessary information. Now, if you want a full tutorial on how to do this, I can get my tech guy to jump on with me and I'll show you how to set all this up. But that's only if I get enough comments and likes. But with that said, if you want the lowest cost for your Facebook ads, then learn these tricks to put your ad directly in front of your competitor's audience right here. And from that, I'll see you in the next video.